Hello friends! So today is going to be a walkthrough part 15, I believe. We're going to try to do summer 10, 11, and 12. We're still in year 1. While we're still focusing on getting Herbstburg opened up all the way, getting the workshop up and running there, we are also going to start taking a look at getting our first pet. And this is the small pet, not a barn animal pet. And we will also discuss opening up Zimagrad, depending on how much we can do in this one walkthrough. So we did luck out and get our second high quality board lumber. You get 2 of them just finishing quests, and as long as you hang on to them until you have the 2, that is what... Oh, finally, the egg finally hatched. Let's name our little hen Geranium. Probably could have gone with something cuter, but you know, that's what inspired me at the moment, so that's what it is. Let's go meet our little chick. And now we'll start getting 2 eggs every day once the chick grows up and is full hearts. That gives us just a little bit more of an edge when it comes to being able to restore our hearts. Let's pet this little Dahlia before she eats, because once they start eating you cannot interact with them until you kick them out of the barn. I'm not sure why they make the eating icon take so long in the barn when it doesn't take that long if you feed them any other way. I didn't think we had saved any. So one thing we're going to have to start doing is using this put in takeout feed. And the reason for that is because we are going to need to start taking this animal feed into the house with us as we get our new pet. So we are going to take a look at taming a lovebird. The lovebirds will provide seeds, and this particular type of lovebird provides rare type seeds. So we have a chance of getting some of the ones that we use all the time, like fodder corn, which is considered a rare type seed. We need at least 1 every day to keep going, just to keep our animals fed, but I'd prefer to have 2 or 3 going every day. If we plant 1 every single day, we should be fine, because they continue to grow. Where are we at with milk? Okay, so we have enough for 1 milk. We did mining on the previous walkthrough, so we probably have to get things cut. Yep. And we are saving our compost. We're not turning it into fertilizer at the moment so that we can give Zinnia the compost, get her moving on in her quests, and increase our requests from... Oh, see, we already have enough right now. That'll also give us a bunch of watermelon seeds. Actually, I think we could plant those sweet potato seeds in summer. Yeah, if we plant them in summer, we can get a chance to get long potatoes. And those are the hybrid. Long sweet potatoes, I guess. So we might as well take them with us. So moonstone, it's useful for a couple of things, but then it's mostly going to be something that we sell a lot, like the jade. I think, including the silver that we've already got stored away, once we put all of this away, I will have enough to make our pet bowl so we can start trying to tame one of the lovebirds. Now, I do have a tutorial on taming small animals. There is a small owl that will bring you fully grown crops, and he occasionally will bring you a fodder corn. There is a meerkat that brings you rare gemstones, mostly just regular gemstones that are not worth a lot, like all of the other ore gathering animals. But you have a chance to get rare ones, which is one reason why I like to keep a meerkat, a lovebird, and then either a wolf if I need fish, or a small owl if I want crops. Just depends on what my goals are. You only get one pet in this level of a house. Oh, we need one more silver, it looks like. Yep. So we're gonna have to go back in and get one more silver. We probably can stop gathering moonstone after 10. I think I'm going to start gathering agates though, because they are used in the next level up sprinkler. We would need 5 of those, but we have the 2 sapphires and then we need some amethyst. We get plenty of amethyst from the Lechtenbury mine, which is super easy, so... we will go ahead and sell these emerald, and then we'll start taking care of our farms, do our daily fishing, and then maybe we will go back in the mine, see if we can get one more silver. Now I'm only going back in the barn long enough to start the feed. Oh, I also need to pick up our new chick. I forget there's 2 things that you can do when you have a new chicken. You can pet them for a small bonus, and then you can pick them up for a secondary additional small bonus. So doing them both makes a big difference. Oh. And you have to hold it for a second before you get the note. Okay, I don't think there was anything we needed to pass along in here. And I think we've just unlocked the cultural level in Lilycala. So we may have some daily request startups in Lilycala. Where people start requesting things every single day, just like they do in Lechtenbury. And we will do those because they help increase the culture level when we don't live here. That way we can still be working on the culture level while we're still in Lechtenbury. I would like to get Lechtenbury just finished off with their culture level before we move to Lilikala to increase their culture level. So Kai usually has a request. That's going to be a minute because we don't have a sheep. I'm just going to quickly gather up some coconuts so that we can make some more coconut milk. Once we drop the wall in Herbstburg and then focus on dropping the wall in Zimagrad, we'll be able to navigate in the volcano, and that is going to be primarily what we focus on with the coconut juice, is exploring the volcano. So just looking at some of the new recipes that we've got some more peach recipes. Those, this is where we get the recipes, but the peaches themselves come from in the breezy plains. I was hoping Brendan would be in there. He sometimes has requests. I could be looking on the map though. If I zoom in on the map, usually if there's a request it will show here, so we may have all of our requests. So let's just go ahead and pass in our stuff for Zinnia. And you can see we got a bonus to the culture level. Just gonna grab these 3 coconuts real quick. Alright, so now that we've done there, let's take a look at Herbstburg. It looks like we might have some progress. And all we have to do is show up, so that's easy enough. And then I think we're going to retrieve the ladies from Providence and let them know that they can... Oh, where is our cutscene? Oh, I guess I just had to get off of the horse. Alright, so before we do that, let's take care of our farm, and then we will go get the ladies. And that should open up our next round of requests. We've got Herbstburg to its first star, so that's good. I really should be spending a little bit of time cleaning up a little bit of the area. It is so much easier, though, once we get the upgraded hammer to keep the farm areas looking nice and cleared. Alright, let's head over to Providence. By the way, this is the area in Providence where we can put our farm once we have unlocked Providence to be able to increase its culture level. We should put in the materials for the equestrian challenge so that we can play that. It happens in summertime. So there's the 2 Damascus steel that we need. We only need 2 silver, and we've got the board lumber, so we might as well finish that up. And, well, I guess we can start taming our pet once. I don't know if it'll even be there for us to tame if we don't have a pet bull yet, but we can go check. Oh, that's not what I need. We have all the materials, I just need to grab them. Okay, I thought I remembered everything, and now I'm doubting myself, so I'll just take everything. And just in case there is a lovebird there, we will take our 1 apple. Or maybe 2, because there are 2 of them in that little pocket. We'll see if we can get them to start being friendly with us. I don't know where our horse went. Good thing we can whistle for him. So the little lovebirds will pop up in this area right next to the waterfall. There are 2 of them. They pop up right here during the daytime between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. But I think they don't show up until we get a pet bowl. So I'm going to have to make that first. I always get turned around here. It shouldn't be as hard as I make it to get here. There was a much shorter way if I'd gone the other way around. Okay, so we've got the tuning fork. Let's go give it to the Ella's grandma, who does all of the musical instruments tuning. So it seems like you're supposed to do something in the house. You're not. You're supposed to leave and then she'll follow you out. So this one is one that tends to be a little difficult to locate. One thing that I would recommend for the photograph is that you make that one your active quest. And so for today, we're just going to be running around talking to people to open it up. I think maybe we will go fix the one bridge that's important. So here's one of the people we need to talk to about Agnes's favorite spot. It's Otto. So there's one clue. Now we need to go back to the other side of the village. Here's the next clue. And then we have the third clue right here at the general store. So now that we have all of these clues, we can figure out where it's supposed to be. So you can see the icon is right here. So we happen to be right at sunset. If we make it there before it gets, I think it's before 7 o'clock, then I think we will get her picture, but we might have to wait till tomorrow. Now don't worry too much about getting out your... Yeah, see, it didn't trigger. Since the cutscene didn't trigger, that means that we have to wait till tomorrow. Which is fine, because we have another thing that we need to do tonight. And we haven't even fished yet. This is the bridge that will eventually get us up to Zimagrad. It is quite a trek, so we're not going to do it all in one day. It'll probably be broken up into a few days, especially because this is a very switchback type of way to get there through the back area. There is a way that looks like it's the right way to go, but you can't do it because you need 2 desert hibiscus, which you can only grow once you have calmed the storm in the desert, which doesn't happen until after the Zimagrad wall falls and you've continued on the story after Zimagrad. So now we just need the 2 high quality lumber, 12 square lumber, 20 material stone, which seems like a lot if you're to look at that before you hit Herbstburg, because you won't have access or any way to create the hard board lumber. We still need to plant those in summertime, so I need to remember to do that. So this time we're going to take our high quality square lumber, material stone, and I think we need a few more material stone made. Let's make a whole stack. Now we will take this material stone over to docks because it's getting late, and because we only have 18 and we need 20, but we're going to need even more for other requests while building and repairing buildings. We still need to find a way to repair the restaurant in Herbstburg, which is actually an inn. They call it an inn, but it's also a restaurant, and that's where you get all the recipes in Herbstburg. Oh, see, we've unlocked that sprinkler, and it needs 5 agate, 3 amethyst, and 2 sapphire. So we have the 2 sapphire. We could go into Lechtenbury mine, just as far down as we can, and it will be full of agate and amethyst. So that's one thing we can do, but right now, let's get that bridge built, and I'm going to show you another mine. So Providence is the second village that you come upon, but it's technically the very last village that you start working on. And it becomes the hub of the wheel for the spokes that go all the way around the entire playing area. And because it's the very center, I think that's why they made it the very last. But up until this point, we weren't able to see the Herbstburg, or the Providence mine. Now, we're not going to go inside of it because we need to go plant the rest of these yams, but we can unlock the statue there, and that will be as far as we go today. So this is just behind and to the west of Providence. This is the first part of the map that we're opening up on our way to Zimagrad. We are going to take a little trip. You can see that cave up there. That's where we're headed. There is a statue right there, so that we'll be able to explore that mine maybe tomorrow. Now, I do prefer the Herbstburg mine to Providence mine, but we will use both for different reasons. All of the mines are useful in different ways. So that's as far as we're going to do our exploring for right now. Let's go ahead and finish our farming and finish our fishing for the day before we call it a day. And as you can see, I'm not trying hard to get hybrids, because unless I actually need the hybrid for a request or for an upgrade, for example, I save my fertilizer for milk. Now, once we finish getting everything rebuilt and everybody has all the milk recipes cooked up that are required, we can not have to focus so much on gathering all of the milk. And that means that we will start being able to use the fertilizer instead of fulfilling Judy's requests. We'll be able to use them to focus more on getting more hybrids. But for each animal that we put in our barn, the more compost we're going to get, which is one reason why there's no problem getting as many cows and chickens as you think you can handle with fodder as early as possible, so that you can get as much fertilizer as possible, as well as enough milk to fulfill all of the requests, as well as eggs to keep your stamina up. The eggs, you only really need the one chicken that you get for finishing your barn for the requests. That's why it becomes a staple for the food. I can switch and start using fish for my stamina food, if I wanted to. But right now we're trying to raise up enough money to do things like upgrade our barn and upgrade our house, and that requires selling the fish. Endgame, when all of our upgrades are already done, we'll be fishing simply for food to refill our stamina so that we can get farther down to get deeper to gather things that we need in the mines. Titanium becomes a big requested item for upgrades. Well, not requested, it's required to upgrade all of your tools. And then adamantite, there's a few requirements just for the storyline, but it becomes more and more important later on. I feel like I keep forgetting people's birthdays. I should probably check the calendar. Alright. One last thing that I would like to do is grab a fodder corn and plant it in the spring area, since we already have an area prepared for it. So we can keep our feed levels up, since we now have a new mouth to feed. So let's plant that, and then we will put everything in our... There we go. Now we have another one going. Let's put away our hard-earned fish. Oh, we can sell these gem corns too. 5,860, not bad for a day. Especially one that we had to spend a lot of money to process a bunch of ore. And we're not selling the ore right away. We need it for upgrades. And for repairs too. We could cook the fried eggs that we've got saved in there. In fact, maybe I think we will. And I think we need to make us some more square lumber. How are we doing with... Yeah, we're gonna need more square lumber. You can see we had a lot of square lumber before, or a lot of lumber stacks before, and we are down to our last stack and a half. And we haven't even finished Herbstburg yet, let alone made it all the way to Zimagrad. So we've started our way down to Zimagrad, or I should say up to, because it's in the farthest north and west that you can get in the map. Well, it's not in the corner, but it's in that direction. That area is going to be not easy to navigate, because we can't take our horse. I wonder if we're hanging on to this fodder or this fertilizer because Judy has a request. I should just double check that really quick. And then Agnes's favorite spot. If you've tried it the first day, I think you always have to wait till the second day. Once our square lumber's done, we should probably pass that in so we could do the equestrian challenge. Yeah, we've got enough time that we could probably do it. But let's take a look. I did not see a request from Judy at all, so we should probably go talk to her. Even though we don't have a traveler, we're still going to need a bunch of milk because it's going to request recipes that require milk for this one. Zimagrad will require a lot, just a ton of milk. Just for the festival, not even for the traveler, so that's one. We're hoping that our second cow will be grown up by the time we get to Zimagrad. But we've opened up the way. I'm gonna let the little cow start eating, and as soon as that feed requirement goes away, you can let them graze without them being hungry all day. So that way Dahlia has her food, but she's still out there and not going to be starving all day. Looks like we have a ripe eggplant. Let's go visit Judy. Even just talking to people... Oh, see, here's Brendan. He is visiting Lechtenbury today. Let's take a look at all of the stuff that he has when he travels. So all of these mushrooms are found... things that you can find in the game, which is why I don't recommend that you buy a miracle truffle, for example. Especially because when you sell them, I think they're only worth 7,500 or something like that. Here's the recipes. Look at the costs. So truffle soup and stuff is all 10,000 just for the recipe. There's some things that are useful. The Stargazy pie might be useful because it's got that 1 minute wake up, but coffee... or not coffee, we have corn that we could just eat for the same bonus. The hybrid corn that is made with fodder corn in the springtime. So a lot of these are recipes that are going to be unnecessary at the moment. The only thing that I would really recommend getting, I don't think is opened up yet. I think we have to... What we want is the energy pineapple recipes, and those are not available yet. I think we have to get farther in the storyline and increase our culture level of Lily Kala. Everybody wants all of our materials now. Well, we can just hand her over a gold really quick, and then that'll get her onto silver for tomorrow. We have the 3 silver, which means we will be out all of the silver we gathered to try to get a pet bowl. I guess we'll have 1 silver left, but I think that's... That's going to be it for our silver until we do another mining run. Maybe we'll take a look at the Providence mine once we're done running around. Looks like we hit another reputation mark with Judy. She's probably going to be our best friend just because she's the only way for us to get a lot of milk in a short period of time. All right. I don't remember if we just talked to her. We talked to her several times, but it was to complete a quest. We didn't just talk to her. Let's take care of our farm. We'll do our fishing, and that way we can focus the rest of the time running around Herbstburg to try to get that photo taken care of. We lucked out and got 2 hybrids today here. So my favorite mine to mine at is ultimately the volcano. It generally has the best options and the highest amount of things that you walk away with at the end of your run, depending on how far down you can get. And also depending on the levels, they kind of switch it up on which ones have what type of ore available or gemstones. But we can't get all the way where we need to get into the mine until we drop all of the walls because they are acting as dividers in the volcano. So we have to wait until we finish dropping the walls in all of the towns. Once we get Agnes figured out, I think that will enable us to rebuild the restaurant, which is the inn there technically, and then to open up the music festival we're going to need to cook some, but I think the music festival will be available for us to do after we fix up the inn and drop the wall. Alright, so we did our fishing. Oh, what do I have that we can feed our horse? None of that's good to feed him. Maybe we'll go we'll go to the breezy plains and grab him a apple. So I wish I have not yet seen a recipe for apple juice. I think that would be very helpful for like navigating the desert or the volcano, but it would probably make things real much too easy. So that's probably why they don't have that available that early. To maintain a challenge level that keeps things more interesting. Now, speaking of challenge level, the new update is available where you can choose to put yourself in relaxation mode, it will not make time as fast. It will give you a better pace so that you can get more done during the day. I have heard a lot of people have very much enjoyed it, and you do not need to do like a specific save just for relaxation mode. After the scenario, I will show you how to switch into relaxation mode. I don't play it for the walkthrough because I'm just playing it the normal way for this walkthrough but one of my playthroughs I have considered turning it on. I think having the deadlines of how fast things move keep me focused on what I'm doing. So that's what I mean by you don't even have to worry about using your dock pad to take the picture. You just go to that spot during the times that you see that exclamation point up. The day after you speak to everybody, or any time after that you see that exclamation point, and then it'll automatically take you into this scenario. So don't get too hung up. If you get to the spot and nothing happens, come back the next day, and it should trigger this all on its own. You don't have to do anything aside from talk to the people, make sure your quest progression says to go to that point. And if you make it your active quest, then it will show you the times of day that it is available for you to go up and trigger this scenario. So it is touching on the theme of grief for Agnes. I think that it's important when you lose someone that you don't focus on what you lost as much as try to focus on the memories that you always have. So if this is a difficult scenario for you to get through because of the grief themes, just know it does get better, and try to focus on the memories that are good so that you don't forget them, so that you always have them with you. All right, so now that we have finished Agnes, we've got these 2 requests right here. They are both going to be to repair some things, which is one reason why I've been so stingy about our materials. The nice thing is if we bypass the flower shop first and we go straight here, we can kind of get our list of what is needed before we go to the flower shop where we've got access to our storage. Alright, so the walnuts, I don't know if we have a whole 10 of them in our storage, but we can probably find a few around to get it filled up. Those mushrooms we are going to have to take the time to find. As long as we find one, we can put it on the map and then we should be able to find the second. I'm pretty sure there's an area that we can get. Oh, I forgot to sell these. Well, we should take care of that tonight. Let's see how many walnuts. Oh, we do have the walnuts. So, what else does she need? So, iron and regular lumber, and material stone. Oh, and I forgot the material stone. Of course I did. So these flowers, they are all autumn flowers, but if we want them to hybridize, the chamomile we would plant in the summer, so in lily calla, to get aqua chamomile. The pink daisies, we need to save all the way until we get to Zimagrad to get white daisies, or we can plant them, if we save them even longer, we could plant them in the volcano area once we've calmed the volcano to get some lava daisies. But it's not necessarily that important. The pink daisies we can buy from the flower shop once we open it up enough. These cotton rose mallow seeds, we want to plant those in the desert to try to get some desert hibiscus. I don't know why it comes from these cotton rose mallow seeds instead of the hibiscus, but it does. And that tends to trip people up a lot when it comes to trying to get these quests done. Alright, so I'm pretty sure right around in this area there is a mushroom for the type that we're looking for, plus there's that fodder seed, so we might as well go look for it. If the mushroom happens to be there today, then we'll be able to start hunting the mushroom to try to find the second one that we need to pass it in. I doubt we will get it today. Oh, I do need to stay up on here, I think. Yep. So the problem with these mushrooms is that they tend to be in the grass and not necessarily easy to find right away. I also do not remember exactly where in this mess the mushroom is. Maybe I should take a look at a map really quick. It could also be that it's not there at the moment, which is very possible. That definitely happens. But they tend to be stuck with Sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time. I'm not that talented. All right. Let me see if I can figure out where that mushroom is. I think it's supposed to be up here somewhere. I don't think it's there today. So oh, there it is, right there. I told you, hidden in the grass. Now that we've got it, I was right. I was in the right area. I just wasn't in the exactly right area. Let's go ahead and do a search and see if we can find a second one so that we can pass this in tomorrow. We no longer need those, that's for sure. So this one will be difficult to get since we can't get there since it is blocked off by that part of the wall and that part of the wall. So let's see if we can find one that is not blocked off. Now this one looks like it might be easy to get, but it's on a cliff, which requires us to be going around in this area. It would take a very long time. This one's probably our best bet to get one tonight before it gets too late. And so what we're going to do is we're going to warp here. Oh, I don't think I built that. No, that's right. We don't need that bridge. Okay. So from here, oh, I forgot to bring my horse. So we're going to kind of backtrack. We're going this way, up here. But instead of following the road, we're going to go up this ramp. I am sorry, normally I will look at these maps and figure out where I'm going before I head out, but I did not do that this time. And you can tell. And there's our second mushroom, right there. Now, he's probably in bed now, so we're not going to be able to take this to him, but we have everything we need, so let's see, I know I forgot planting some stuff. We need to put stuff in our storage. We have a fodder corn we can plant. We'll probably just put all these seeds away, but we could probably plant some chamomile in in Lily Kala on our way. Since we need more silver, maybe we will swing by and do a very quick Herbstburg mine run, just because the silver tends to be quite prolific there. We can usually find quite a lot of it. All right, so we planted our seeds, we've got our fish in our pockets, we've got a fodder corn. Oh, well, I just accidentally warped to Lechtenbury instead of the farm, but it's not that far. Get this. Oh, look at that. We have a aqua strawberry. Oh, and our bag is full. So let's go ahead and get rid of everything in our pockets we've been carrying around for no apparent reason. Go grab our strawberries. So the nice thing is we get a double the springtime and summertime for the being in in Lechtenbury right now, because we are in the summer, but it's also the springtime town, so we get extra conditions that might help us get more hybrids. So let's go ahead and sell this aqua strawberry because we don't need it. And I think everything else we'll just put away. But we're over 5,000 again for today, so I can't complain. We're making good money. We're on our 5th star in Lechtenbury, so once we finish up here in Lechtenbury, we will be moving back to Lilykolla. Oh, you know what? Let's finish one more fried egg. And the reason why we haven't been doing like mini runs to the mine is mostly time constraints and also pocket constraints. We've been carrying around a bunch of materials to help rebuild Herbstburg, which fills up our pockets. But we do need a bunch of silver, especially if we're going to try for a pet, so let's go back and keep working on silver. Hopefully we can get like 6 silver this run, and then we'd be able to make our pet bowl. We're on the very first level, and this is going to be a very fast run because it's late, so I am just going to exit and go back in and hopefully not get us stuck in behind a bunch of big rocks. It'll be a lot easier to mine once we get the stars opened up in Herbstburg and it rebuilt enough that we can get our hammer upgraded. It makes a huge difference. And we are just not lucking out with any of these. It just wants to keep us locked here. We'll try one more time. If we can't continue on here, we'll probably head back home. We've got a few things, nothing necessarily worthwhile. The topaz will be nice once we can get it cut. Oh, please be silver. Yes. Oh, I'm not completely on the corner. This is probably not silver, it's too big. But we do need some... Oh, I don't want to break a rock just to get something underneath it. It's probably... Since it's not silver, it's not necessary. Let's just take a quick look, see if we have... any silver. I don't see any ore nodes that are silver, but at least we got some gems. So now we're going to want to run back home. I'm hugging the wall so I don't accidentally trigger any... Now I can't remember where we came into this area. I want to say it's in here. I could be wrong though. Yep. We got a few silver. Considering how late it was when we started looking, it's not too bad. We got a few gems that we'll be able to sell too. That'll be good. I think we've already put our horse away. If not, then sorry, Cosmos. We'll have to whistle for you tomorrow. I should have just gone straight to bed. We might have a sleepy debuff because I grabbed that fried egg. Lechtenbury seems to be a town that you can increase your culture level quite a bit, mostly because there's a priority in us getting the requests from Judy taken care of. Oh, we want to do those 3 silver, but we do not need more of this. Let's see if we can get these done, because if we can, we might as well get them upgraded. Or processed, I should say. The titanium is used in a lot of the upgrades, and considering that we're hoping to get our hammer upgraded soon, that's going to be something that'll be very important. Now we are going to want to grab the rest of the request, which I think was just lumber for the inn. So see how this one is closed, but the 2 that we did with it were open? That is a stargazer. It will be open tonight. We need to harvest it tonight during the nighttime, and that will be our first hybrid DLC. Also an example of one that you have to be careful about, because it looks like it wasn't done growing, but that's not the case. It was completely done growing. We just simply did not have the right time to pick it. All right. I'm considering keeping our silver that we have to make the pet bowl, just so that I can show you guys how to tame, even though it means we won't be able to get our extra milk from Judy right away. Okay. I don't know why I interrupted that. I probably shouldn't have. I hope I didn't waste any of our hard-earned fodder corn. I suspect I did, though. Now that we've given Zinnia her compost, we can now make the rest of it. And we have a peach pineapple that we can sell. And I think we don't need the gold bound lilies for anything, so we might as well sell them. All the DLC content is so late in the game that we're not gonna need it right now, and chances are we'll get what we need seed-wise later on. And once we have increased all of our culture levels, we can just buy the seeds that we need to plant. I think I put the lumber back that we're gonna need for our request in Herbstburg, so I'll need to grab that after we process these gems and divide them up. We can cut the topaz now, so we should sell all of those. That'll be good, some decent money. See, you can see we need lots of board lumber, lots of square lumber to upgrade the house, and just a lot of board lumber to upgrade the animal barn, plus a bunch of grass, as well as silver. So silver is used in so much early game that it is one of the choke points that can cause things to be dragged on and on and on. Just like us needing to have enough silver to make pet bowl so that we can go tame a pet. So since we only have the first level of home, when we make a pet bowl, it's only going to, the food dish is what it's called. Oh, it's only the 3 silver. I thought it was 7. So we make the 1 single pet bowl for 3 silver. When we upgrade our house, it will automatically turn into 3. And this is just explaining how to... And here's our pet bowl right here. So now that we have a pet bowl, let's go see if we can start taming the lovebird. It won't happen this walkthrough because it takes about 4 days to tame a wild pet, depending on how friendly the pet is and how much you have to bribe it with. So let's get our pockets ready for leaving. We want to have something to give our potential... Okay, so we can't cut those yet. Or those. We don't need any of those. We don't need any of those. So let's put everything else back where it belongs and grab a bunch of lumber and iron. And we want an apple. Maybe we'll grab 2. Actually, let's grab 3 in case the horse gets hungry. Let's grab our daily fodder corn that we need. We can go ahead and plant it in summertime. There's a little more room there because there's extra sprinklers not being used. Since we're on our way there anyway. Now, once we give Dirk his materials he needs to open up the inn, that's going to mean that tomorrow in Herbstburg we should have a new scene that should hopefully unlock things. So I don't know what's better or worse, having the requests that have just these really not easy to find, bizarre requirements like the specific mushrooms that are difficult to find, or to need hundreds of milk. They both seem pretty difficult to me. I don't mind... Oh, I must not have all... Did I forget grabbing the iron? It was the iron and the lumber I forgot to grab. My own fault. Let's duck in here, get him what he needs. And then we'll have completed all of the requests here that are required to drop the wall. We will then be focused on trying to restore the festival for them. And once that's done, Herbstburg will be able to be increased all the way to level 5 without any choke points. It's just the festival we need to unlock since they don't have a traveling merchant in this town. Herbstburg is probably one of the easiest because of that, but it also requires a lot to get the festival up and running. Sometimes the items are difficult to find specifically for that particular mushroom. But it looks like we are done there. Let's check and see if we might have to wait till tomorrow to start taming our lovebirds, but let's check and see if they have populated now. I think to attract the lovebirds, we also might have to increase the level of culture at Herbstburg, but by dropping the wall, I think that will help a great deal. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're here yet. There are other areas that they could be, but if they're not there, they're not in the other areas either. So we'll just head directly to the farm. That is one reason why you probably won't necessarily want to drop the 3 silver to make your pet bowl this early in the game, unless you really want to get a wolf that'll just bring you fish. And that's not a bad way to do it, because the wolf will bring you, it won't be the type of fish that we fish in Lilikala. In fact, I think we still need to do that. But yeah, we've got plenty of tall wheat that we can go ahead and sell. I don't remember where the spicy celery goes, but I'm pretty sure it's not autumn. No, it's not autumn. So, we will we need to talk to, I guess we are going to go talk to Arnold. I think this will be it for us today. It's been way over an hour, and part of that was hunting down the mushrooms. And I think we've just had a bunch of scenes today to get Herbstburg unlocked. Let's see if we can... I think we're going to drop the wall today, and that's a good note to end on. So I'm sorry if you guys are disappointed that we only made 2 days today, but we did a lot of good progress, and we've even started our path up to Zimagrad. Maybe we will focus on taming our pet and making it up to Zimagrad on the next walkthrough. So once we get this wall to drop, maybe we will spend the rest of the time doing some mining. We'll take a look at the Providence mine for the rest of the night, and then after today, we'll just call it good. But we did get the wall to drop for Herbstburg. Next we'll be just focusing on getting their festival up and running. Alright, so we did pretty good. Let's take a look, our first look at the Providence mine. So we don't need our horse here. There is the coffee beans right there that we normally would just collect. But it's not necessary. Now, this mine tends to be, for me, not as lucky as the other ones. I don't know if it is just the way the mine is set up or just the way that I have been playing. This is not one of my favorite mines, but we might as well travel on. The upper levels are never going to be full of useful or good items. This mine is not as prolific with silver. It's not going to have as much silver. It looks like we should be able to sneak between those, but apparently we can't. Good thing we bring so much food with us. It just bugs me so bad when we have to waste our food because we get stuck behind a wall of stones. It'll be very nice, you will see, when we are, I think that's just bronze. When we are to the point where we can upgrade our hammer, mining will be a lot less difficult. And we'll be able to whip through levels a lot faster. It won't be quite as scary when we have rocks falling on us because we won't need as much energy since we can break the rocks. When we get stuck behind these rocks, it's not going to be as big a deal because it won't take as many hits to free ourselves. Yeah, as you can see, nothing to write home about in the top levels. I don't know if we'll be able to get ourselves down. That was pretty lucky. Maybe if I just start focusing on going the way down. I could have dodged that. I chose not to. Because I was trying to examine. I should have moved out of the way first. I need to straighten out my camera, apparently. So here is one that if we forget what level we're on, we can just highlight it and it will show us. The Herbstburg mine, the level is cut off, so we can't see it. Man, we have been very lucky in this mine. I am never this lucky in this mine. And we've got a golden carpet, looks like. Oh, maybe even two. So maybe instead of fishing in Lily Colla today, we will just take a golden carp. If I'm lucky enough to catch one. Ooh, please. Nope. I might have pulled that in too close to get their attention, but it would be very nice to not have to fight them so hard. These ones are some of the hardest ones to catch just because they fight so hard. Their stamina decreases at a much greater rate. You can see I've got the big waves, but it took forever to get it to tire out, and even though we have it right next to the edge there. So that'll be some good money. If we're lucky, we will catch this other one too, and that'll make this whole trip worthwhile. Once we have the master rod, there is one that generally shows up every day at the hilltop pond. There is a statue that I should take the time to open up just to show you where it's at. We don't need it at the moment because we don't have the master rod. Once we get the master rod, then it might be worthwhile. There we go. That should be some good money. I think we got 2 no-star golden carp, and they are both worth 4,400. So that's 8,800. Oh, sorry. And that is our indicator that we need to be done for the day. I've gone way over my hour, but I did want to make sure that you guys got to see the Providence mine for the first time. Let's just make sure we get our horse home. After all of the scenarios that we got, it's probably wandering around somewhere in Herbstburg. So let's call that guy home. And then tomorrow we will focus on the Herbstburg Festival and getting up to Zimagrad. I think we've already, so we just need to sell and go to bed. So we don't need these tall wheat right here, or the fish, or the hybrid corn. So you can see 11,619, not bad for a day. So thank you for watching. If you found anything useful in this walkthrough, go ahead and like this walkthrough so that I can plan more like it. If you have any suggestions or feedback, please comment below. I'd be happy to take any feedback that you've got. If you want to be alerted the next time that there is a walkthrough available, consider subscribing so you can get an alert when I open up the next part of the walkthrough. And have a great day.